Good morning, children. Now we are entering into the third unit of 6th class, the selfish giant. In this, he divided this play into two parts. First lesson A gave as a part 1. part 1. What is play? Play means a drama. See, these are the characters I wrote here. You can perform this character with your neighbors. Now it is COVID, but be careful. And with taking all precautions about the COVID, you can perform this play in your house also. Now you have leisure. You have a lot of leisure time. In that, you can practice this game, this play. Try once in your house if it is possible to you. In this, one character is there, that is a giant. The giant became old. But the same giant, this writer, he divided into two characters. One is the old giant. Old giant means some of the time this giant it is in kind nature. That kind nature giant he called as the old giant. Some of the time this same the giant it is harsh. Then he called the giant selfish character. But giant is one, not two giants here. It is one of the major discourse FLU. Discourses started from 6th class onwards. In that, play also one of the discourse. Whenever this play discourse he will give, first we have to write the title name in capital letters. But in our book they gave the lesson name. That's why I wrote in the small letters. But if it is really play you are writing in the examination, then you have to write with the capital letters. Every letter capital. After that, characters siding here to give. After that, characters you want to mention here. First character, what's its introduction in the play? Means, for example, you learned in the 7th class, miracle is the story. And that child is there. What that one girl child, she will go to the medical shop and she will ask what the medicine. In that one there, two miss one little girl, her name is also something is there. That girl name and she is a sister of that boy. Boy name also mentioned in that boy name and doctor. Doctor, that name we will write is a doctor and who helped that boy we will mention. Parents who are unable to take care of their child's illness because of poverty. That way we want to write. And one medical shop means a pharmacist who run a medical shop. That's the introduction. Now we will start. One curtains rises. The child enters the stage. There was a medical shop and the child entered into the medical shop. Then the child, that girl's name we will write dialogue. Uncle, do you have miracle? Then that chemist he will say, sorry girl, I didn't have any miracle. Like that we can write the dialogues. That it is there in your text. I am reading this. It's a play, it's not a story. That's why I am not simply explaining how the previous lessons I explained it. I am not doing that. I am reading total play here and I am going to explain. Here, tall girl, short girl, square girl, graceful girl, and round boy. He used this tall, short, square, graceful, round. The reason you know behind of this to attract the children. When they are reading this text at the time, they don't want to get bored. And maybe by seeing these words, tall, short, square, graceful, round, they will attract and they will show some of the interest towards the play. For that, the writer he used these words. But there is no connection between this word and these characters. Just use them. That's enough. See, I will read. Actually, here the giant. It has a good garden. A big garden is there. And this giant it went to some other friend to meet other friend. It went and 7 years it stayed with its friend and it returned. When it returned at the time some of the children they are playing in its garden. It has a big garden and 12 he mentioned some of the things that see peach trees some we will say Old Jane, its dialogue. I once wanted a large, lovely garden with soft green grass. Here and there over the grass stood beautiful flowers like stalks. And other were 12 peach trees that in the springtime broke out into delicate blossoms of pink and purple, pearl, and in the autumn bore rich fruit. It has a green garden in that 12 peach trees are there. When the spring season will come at the time, new blooms it came out, flowers will come. When the autumn season will come, at that time that flowers turn into fruits. So that is speciality these trees they have. The birds sat on the trees and sang so sweetly that the children used to stop their games in order to listen to them. Spring season, all the new leaves will come to the trees. At that time, the song of the birds are very high. Here also in its garden, all the birds will come and they will sing the songs. Even when the children are playing in that garden, because some of the children used to come to the garden, used to play. When these birds will sing in the spring season, even the children stop their playing to listen the song of the birds. That much of sweetly the birds they sang. Actually, it's a comparison. How sweet that birds will sing. For that comparison, it gave. Every afternoon, as they were coming from school, the children used to go and play in my garden. But one day, I came back. Up to when this Jane not there, at the time, these children, they used to go inside and they used to play. But he came back now. I had been to visit my friend, the Cornish Orgay. Cornish Orgay is friend, and he went to meet him and he stayed 7 years there. I had said all that I had to say, and I determined to return to my own castle. When I arrived, I saw children playing in my garden. When he came to his castle, it's a house, big house. At that time, it saw some of the children playing there. Not like that. Selfishness. The giant, selfish giant. The giant means same giant but selfish nature. What are you doing here? It shouted. What are you doing? The children ran away. Whenever they see that that giant is coming, then all the children they run away from that. The giant. My own garden is my own garden. Anyone can understand that, and I will allow nobody to play in it but myself. You all want to understand one thing. It's my own garden. This garden only for me, and I never allow any other person to play inside. That the old giant, the giant it said, not the old giant, the giant means selfish character it said. Old giant. Before that, some words are there. The old giant points out the younger giant working on a wall, putting up a sign and then listening at the wall. The old giant, kind nature giant, it is watching. The giant, selfish giant, means both are same itself, but one side of its mind is saying that construct the wall. It constructed the wall around the garden. There was a board. The old giant said, so I built a high wall all round and put a notice board. One notice board I kept there. What a notice board? Trespassers will be prosecuted. If any means who are walking beside this garden, if they come inside, they should be sent to the jail. They should be punished. That's the board. Then I heard the children whispering outside the wall on their way to school. The children, they are talking, whispering each other outside the gate. That the Jane very secretly listened. Tall girl, she is saying, now we have nowhere to play. Now we can't play because Jane built a wall. We can't go inside. Short boy, we can play on the road. Why? If garden not there, on the road we can play. That the short boy said. Square girl. But the road is very dusty. But you don't know, it has a lot of dust. We can't play on it. Then graceful girl and full of hard stones. Not only dust, hard stones also there. We can't play. she said. Round by, I don't like it. Round by also not like to play on the road. Graceful girl. Let's walk around the wall. When our lessons are over, at least we can talk about the beautiful garden inside. Okay. What? We will walk around this garden. Up to that, the lessons will complete. Even we are unable to go inside and we are unable to play inside, but we can talk about this beautiful garden. We will talk about the garden that the girl said, graceful girl said. The tall girl. How happy we were here. But you don't know, when we play inside, we are very happy. And we play, we enjoy the playing inside the garden. That the girl recalled. Roundby. He is a very selfish giant. Roundby said that, yes, this giant was very selfish because it wanted to play itself in the garden. The giant opens the door in the wall and shouted at the children. Again, opened, actually it kept some of the doors for that wall, that doors it opened and shouted towards the boys, what are you doing again? How it shouted, see? Ah, my own garden is my own garden. Anyone can understand that. And I will allow nobody to play in it but myself. See children, it's my own garden. My own garden is my garden itself. And I myself play in this garden. I never allow any other person inside the garden. That the shout of the giant. The giant it is. Old giant. Then the spring came and all over the country there were little blossoms and little birds. Only in my garden it was still winter. The birds did not come to sing and the trees forgot to blossom. The people who were pleased best were the snow and the frost. So what the old giant's feeling? Actually this giant is selfish. Selfish nature, because of selfish nature no one liked it. When no one liked it, alone. When we are alone, our mind, it will become devil. So the thoughts must be in another way, negative way. Negative thoughts will come if we are alone, if we are not connected with others. So the same here, the thoughts is negative for the old giant because the giant is selfish. Old giant, it is feeling. Already spring season came all over the country, means on that village, but only its garden there was no spring. Still, it is snow because winter season is there. All that is covered with the snow itself, frost itself. Even one bird also not coming inside. These trees forgot to bloom the flowers. So, what happened to my garden? The worry of the old giant. Then the north wind said, see before that, snow and frost. Spring has forgotten this garden, so now we can live here all the year round. Then snow and frost, they are talking. They will talk generally. No, it's imaginary. So here the writer wrote that both are talking that spring forgot to come to this garden. So total year we can enjoy here. That both are talking. Old giant. The snow covered up the grass with the great white cloak. Cloak means some of the coat it is. Like a coat, this snow it covered all the green garden. And the frost painted all the trees silver. Then they invited the north wind to stay with them. When he came, he was wrapped in heavy frost. He rolled all day about the garden and rejoiced in blowing the chimney pots over. Actually, this snow it covered the total grass and the frost it covered all the tree stems in golden color and cold wind also blowing here. See, northern wind is cold wind. It is blowing with some sound and disturbing whether it's a sound. So they settle here, the old giant thought, not the wind. This is delightful spot. We must ask the hail to come on a visit. Hail we can ask. More cold we can ask to come here. Old day. So the old hail came. Every day for 3 hours he rattled on the roof of the castle till he broke most of the slates, and then he ran round and round the garden as fast as he could go. He was dressed in grey, and his breath was like ice. I sat at the window and looked out at my cold white garden. Now, this old did not like the situation. What it did, it ran all around the garden wall, and it lay down on that. It rolled there and here. Some of the slates means that whichever the slates are there, whichever the stones it used to keep on the ground that broken. But it breathing also very cold. It not like the situation. It's very harsh now. The change. I cannot understand why the spring is so late in coming. I hope there will be a change in the weather. I don't know why the spring is not coming to my garden. It's waiting very late. What whether any change is there in the weather? The selfish Jane thought. Old age. But the spring never came, not the summer. The autumn gave golden fruits to every garden, but to my garden she gave none. No, that spring it won't come, and the summer also won't come. Already autumn it gave golden fruits to so many other gardens, but in my garden one fruit also it not give. Autumn season fruits will come. The autumn season also came after the spring, but no one, no fruit. So it never come. Autumn said, he is too selfish. Actually, Jai, you are too selfish, that's why you are not coming. So it was always winter here, and the north wind, and the hail, and the frost, and the snow danced about through the trees. So now in my garden only winter season should be there, and the snow, hail, and frost all will dance. That it thought, the selfish Jane thought. So this is a part 1 about the selfish Jane, how it's feeling. Again, because it is alone now, all negative thoughts are there. So in the same way, don't be alone. And whenever you get bored, you share your thoughts with your friends or with your family members. It's better to you. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.